Oh man, what's the business? You already know what time it is. It's your folk Marquise, and welcome to another episode of That's Right, OVF, man, Overstanding Fridays. I'm just excited, man. I'm proud of myself for showing up because I already know that I had created a habit and shown y'all inconsistency. But I've been rocking about 3 weeks strong. This might be week 4, I'm not sure. And I'm proud of myself. But I'm going to go and get into this because it's a serious message that I wanted to share today, especially because today is July the 2nd, 2021. And I believe it happens all across the country, but I'm not sure. I just really know for sure my own state here in Virginia that July 1st, the laws go into effect, new laws kick off. So yesterday was huge because yesterday weed, pot, ganja, Mary Jane, that herb, it was legalized in Virginia, man. This is crazy, bro. Like, crazy, man. I feel some type of way about it. Personally, I've been removed from weed for a number of years, but that's not the point. The point is they legalized something yet again that many people have paid their life debt to society by doing time, many dollars, paying jail fines, court fines, fees. I myself have had many, a number of weed charges in the past on my criminal history. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy, but let's get into it. So today's message, I'm discussing, I'm talking about drug uses. And specifically, Sha'Carri Richardson situation. Shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson. No love lost, sis. You feel me? Keep your head up. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your transparency. I appreciate your big girl status by, just apologizing and saying you knew what the risks were. You knew what the situation was. And you just made that choice anyway. So I got so much love and respect for you. I'm praying for you, and I pray that you still do your thing later this month over in Tokyo. Let's go. So as you know, it's coming from the book Overstanding. This is my OVF, so Overstanding Fridays, and I read segments of the book. And of course, you can't talk about gangster rap without talking about drugs and smoking weed. So I'm going to read a few segments, break it down, get into it a little bit, and let's go. So this is from the section or the segment, A Generation Damned. A generation damned, and this is with a question mark. So it's like, is this a generation damned? So let's go. Drug and alcohol use and abuse, page 203. Drugs and their abuse are not a new phenomenon in America or across the globe. Since ancient times, people have been utilizing herbs and other plants to experience euphoria. I would be lying if I said that rap music came along and introduced drugs to America. As a human race, we've been getting high. However, I aim to show the effects of gangster rap on the use and outright abuse in young America since the inception of rap until now. We did cover a bit of America's drug history in recent segments. Nonetheless, more in-depth information will be highlighted to drive home the point. So again, as I've been saying, my video a few weeks back from Texas when I was in Dallas, I always make this disclaimer. I am not saying that gangster rap music has introduced drugs, violence, killing, shooting, or nothing to American culture or life. This is not true. I believe that it exacerbates and blankets the culture to create a mindset from the deepest inner cities to the farthest suburbs. The gangster mentality and lifestyle of recklessness, IDGF, I don't give a F, you feel me? And that mindset of reckless, you only live once, YOLO type living. From drugs to promiscuity to robbing to shooting, the whole nine. That was what I said. But check this out. So as we saw earlier in our outline of rap history, we can say that rap hit the scene at the end of the 70s and has been alive ever since. This is true. However, some very noticeable changes have taken place in this music. We went from Public Enemy warning everyone against using crack cocaine in Night of the Living Bassheads, that was a song, to sipping on some scissor, sipping on some scissor. That was my time. To Poppy Molly's and sweating. Woo! Trinidad James and beyond. The point is that drugs are a part of human life, but gangster rap music influenced greater levels of usage of these substances in the communities, in my opinion. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just read the book and then I'm going to chop it up. So I'm going to skip through. I start talking about some specific numbers and digits, facts and stats. But let me go down because I want to specifically talk about the weed and stuff. So I was saying how they were saying in the stats that drug usage had went down over the years, but this is what I said. And these particular stats right here were from 2004. So when I dropped the book, it was 20 because I originally released it last year, 2020. I'm relaunching it now. I said, however, it was interesting to see this. Okay, now granted, that was 16 years ago, the stats that I shared. So from here, we'll look at the most current stats. However, it was interesting to see stats and not just speculate. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Nonetheless, I'll say this. It can be hard to believe such data when you're out in these streets, observing, and have been out in these streets, indulging, wholly submerged in a culture of drug and alcohol abuse and debauchery. I was there. The pills, the weed, the liquor, the lean, the coke. No coke for me, though. That wasn't my thing. Couldn't go there. The ecstasy either. I was always afraid that if I jumped off, took X pills, I might not come back. There have been stories of individuals that have taken X and it has damaged their brains, giving them the mind of a child. So that was my personal reason. And also, I was like, I just don't want to risk it. So let me go down a little bit. Talking about weed. Nonetheless, some were rising, some falling, and balancing out until now. Meaning most recently, 2016. According to the same graph, this is a graph, you know, going over the weed usage of teens in high school. According to the same graph, 2016 usage is as follows. 8th grader usage, 5.4%, with a drastic drop in usage among those youth. The 10th grader usage also dropped to 14%. The 12th grader usage of marijuana increased 0.5% to 22.5%. Again, this was back in like 2004 when these numbers were done. So now I'm reading through this part, and then I'm going to chop it up with you for a few minutes. Another interesting note to consider is the thought process regarding smoking weed from the seniors' viewpoint, seniors in high school. At least from this source, which conducts surveys on 12th, 10th, and 8th grader students nationwide. The 2016 survey consisted of the opinions and attitudes of 45,473 students from both public and private schools. So again, I don't know exactly which schools they surveyed. Was it the deepest inner cities? Was it the suburbs? Was it the count? You know what? I don't know. At least right now I don't have it. I do have reference points. I do footnotes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just coming off the dome. I got footnotes in this book. So I do reference my sources. Facts. Regarding regular smoking of the plant being harmful, regular smoking of the weed being harmful, 68.9% of the seniors believe it's not harmful. While at the same time, 68.5% say that they disapprove of the regular smoking of weed. Very interesting. Let's go. Again, these stats are good to see. However, it's hard to believe when it surrounds you. Or maybe people like myself and others have been surrounded by the percentage that has and does indulge. One of my closest friends said that they started or at least tried marijuana at 8 years old. Man. Another one started at 10 years old. Everybody different. Everybody exposed to a little more in different situations. I smoked my first blunt at 15. When you're submerged in songs like Weed and Money, it's all about the weed and money, Master P. Or better yet, Pass Me the Green. Pass me the green, I need some weed with my Hennessy. By Master P with this melodic, hypnotizing, opening symphony of sound with Master P hypnotizing the listener into a daze. What do you expect? One of my favorite songs in the mid-90s was Hey by Crucial Conflict. Smoking on, Hey, in the middle of the bar. That was my song back in the day. Not to mention when you have cult classic films, or better yet, hood classic films, as they call them, like the iconic Friday with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker, you can then see why the graph listed such numbers for weed usage among middle and high schoolers in '96. Friday was released in 1995, as was another iconic classic Chiefers anthem, I Got 5 on It, by Lunez. Weed songs can't be listed without Bone Thugs and Harmony. The very reason outside of God's ordinance why I rap today. Bone Thugs. So, a lot of people come for this country, as they say, don't come for me. A lot of people come for this country because of the hypocrisy. You feel me? Back in the day, real gangster era, 1930s, you know what I'm saying, 20s, 30s, there was the alcohol prohibition, the Voltaire Act, where alcohol was illegal. Beer, liquor, you know what I'm saying, booze was illegal. Now you got stores across the country. You go to a CVS, a Walgreens, you can get brew. You know what I'm saying? Over in the West Coast, you can get straight liquor. Back in the day, long time ago, when I went, because I'm from the South, you know what I'm saying? Or they say the East Coast in general. But I'm from the South, man, in Richmond, Virginia. You ain't going to no CVS or no Walgreens, Rite Aid, and getting no pint of Parmesan, no fifth of hen. It ain't finna happen. But this was like many years ago, almost 20 years ago. I went to Cali, and I went in this store, you know what I'm saying, like Rite Aid. Walked down the aisle, they had liquor. I'm like, bro, they got liquor in the Rite Aid, in the drugstore. You know what I'm saying? So it was very interesting to see that in general. So it's so crazy that weed was illegal for so long, but alcohol is extremely more dangerous than weed. I ain't never heard nobody smoking a blunt and getting weed poisoning. You know what I'm saying? But you can drink and get alcohol poisoning. You smoke a blunt and drive, depending on what you smoking, depending on your experience level, and I ain't condoning it, I'm just speaking. Depending on what you're smoking, depending on your experience level, you can drive perfectly fine. But drinking a fifth of hen, know what I'm saying, a pint of gin and all that, like, that's so much more dangerous. So much more dangerous to drink that much alcohol and to drink like that and then drive. So much more dangerous. So people get on the hypocrisy because now, of all the times, marijuana is legal in so many different cities, states, and countries. I mean, so many different states. Is legal, it's legit, but Sha'Carri Richardson she got disqualified. Now it might be different because it might be like a global organization. I'm not sure, you know, because the Olympics is worldwide, so there might be different rules and stipulations. But overall, at the end of the day, there's no drug usage, with the Olympics. So she has been disqualified and suspended for a month. She's been suspended for a month, and she ain't going to be able to run her signature race of the 100-meter dash. So, much love, much respect to you, baby girl, sis. But, you know, I appreciate the respect, you know what I'm saying? And no disrespect by calling her baby girl. I just think I'm significantly older than her. So, you know, my baby sister is like, you know what I'm saying, older than her, I believe. I'm going to check her age, but I just want to say no disrespect. But, you know, she gained so much respect by her transparency to straight apologize. Now, people can come for her. You can do all that, whatever. But he who is without sin cast the first stone. But at the same time, it's one of them things. It's like, sis, this what you do. This what you born to do. You couldn't put the blunt down. You couldn't put the bong down for 2 months, y'all. Like, come on, man. So that's one of them things. And a large part of me do feel that. I always personally say the 2 dumbest reasons that I can go to jail, that anybody can go to jail for, is pissing hot for your probation officer, pissing hot for your PO, and driving on a suspended license. I've never done any one of those. You know what I'm saying? Got popped for that stupid mess. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, you got to see your PO. You got color code. You might pee whenever. You just call the junk, bing, red, dang. You got to go down and fill the cup. You feel me? And it's like you ain't got no license. You could run into a roadblock. You can get into an accident. You can get into so many different situations, or just racial profiling. Been in all of them jumps, and they pull you, and you were on a suspended license. One time, all right, I get it. But 2 and 3 and 4 in Virginia specifically, 2 and 3 and 4, you going to jail. Like, you legit go to jail in Virginia for driving on the suspended. And I think it's stupid, but whatever. This is the Commonwealth. It's your folk, Marquise. So now, weed is legal. Sha'Carri piss hot. She out her race. It's all good. What is the music you listening to? How is it influencing you? What are your surroundings influence you? I seen somebody that said on Instagram, she need to change her circle if she really want to go to greatness. She need to change her circle if she really want to go to greatness. And that's a very key point. You can love your people from your block, from your neighborhood, from your school, whatever. But if they ain't going in the exact same direction as you, and their influence is going to be what it be just because of modeling and proximity, you know what I'm saying? How it's going to affect you. She need the homegirls around her, baby girl. You know, sis, you can't be smoking no weed, girl. What the F you doing? For those that talk like that, I don't. But I'm saying, what you doing? You can't do that. You know you got this race. You right, girl. She got to run that race. She putting on for her city. She putting on for her state. She putting on for the black race, man. It is what it is. Think different, live different. Black princes and princesses. That's how we moving. It's your folk, Marquise. Go ahead and get the book. Click the link below. You buy a t-shirt, Think Different, Live Different. You will get a free copy of the book, Overstanding, a comprehensive look at gangster rap. Sis, I love you, Sha'Carri. I'm praying for you. I pray that you go ahead and can do the relays and the other races. You missed your signature jump, but it's all good. You still got love. You still got respect. We honor you. We praying for you. Keep doing your thing. You already know what time it is. It's your folk, Marquise. Think different. Live different, man. Any questions? Y'all bless.